So Claude Code has never really been that good at editing videos. However, last week this changed thanks to Hyperframes. And it can do a lot. Create entire videos just from a website link, make motion graphics and animations simply by typing in plain English, create custom charts, graphs and assets for your videos, add customizable captions, and basically do anything that your video editor can do. And so in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up Hyperframes inside of Claude Code. I'm also going to compare it directly against Remotion and Claude Design. And I'm also going to give you all the templates and skills that I use to make these animations so much more powerful. And if you think, oh no, AI animations are bad, look on screen right now. This animation was made entirely by Hyperframes, entirely from an AI agent doing all of these motion graphics and this entire video edit. So yeah, these animations are not bad, and this is 100% a skill worth learning. And that's because this is one of the fastest evolving fields in all of AI. Here is an AI motion graphic that I created in January of 2026. And 4 months later, we have stuff like this, which is what Hyperframes done. And not only are the visuals here really nice, the text is also extremely visible. All you need to understand is that this is an agent that writes code, which AI agents are extremely good at. Then it uses other technologies out there that are already available, they're already tried and tested, and they work very well. And using those technologies and using the AI agent to write code, it combines the two and turns it into a video. But the special thing that Hyperframes is doing here is that it's using HTML code. This is the kind of code that is powering the most aesthetic websites that you can see on the internet, which is why it's going to be so perfect for also creating motion graphics, for example. But it's not just motion graphics that it can do. As you can see, this is some sort of an overlay for following an Instagram account. This is a native macOS notification that looks very real. This is an X post. We have these radial splits between, scene A, scene B, and then something on the right, such as a prompt. We have all different types of transitions, like light transitions, grid transitions, distortion, dissolve, basically every single transition out there. And we even have different effects, like the grain overlay. So you don't even need to spend money on stuff like Envato or all these other preset websites anymore, because you can just generate your own presets. But not only that, you can customize these assets to your own liking. So if I wanted anything about this changed, I could use that to my advantage. I could say I want this animation to be slower, faster, bigger, stronger, whatever it is. And later in the video, I'm also going to show you how to use any website that you want, and simply using that link, turning that website into an entire animation. And as I already said, I'm also going to compare it to Remotion to explain to you which one you should use in April of 2026. But before we get into all the advanced use cases and all the cool stuff that you can do with it, let's firstly just set this up. So on screen and in the description, you're going to have this prompt or this command right here, which you can copy. And when you have that copied, just open up Claude Code. This can be in your terminal or this can be in the Claude desktop app. If you don't know how to find it, over here you have your chat, co-work, and then code. So just click on code, create a new session, open a new folder, and I'm going to click on bypass permissions and simply send off that prompt. Trust workspace. And this is literally how easy it is to actually install Hyperframes. And just like that, it installed 5 skills from heygen Hyperframes into agent skills. So I'm just going to send a very simple prompt just to test it out, see if it works. Basically, I want a Apple style motion graphic animation with some shapes. Okay, as you can see, it's still building, but it opened up a file on the right over here. Okay, the problem is that I just do not see anything, so I'm just going to say I don't see it. Okay, nice, and I opened it up inside of a different app. But there we go, we see that we are in the index HTML composition now, and I am able to play this. So there we go, we have our first very simple, very short animation. Obviously this is nothing special, but it proves that it works. And while we're here, I want to show you something. We also have this timeline editor, which is pretty sick. But as we scrub through the playhead, notice how fast everything renders. If you're used to Premiere Pro, if you're used to After Effects, this is basically impossible. I mean, you need probably a terabyte of RAM just to be able to move the playhead at these speeds, right? But again, because this is code, it renders instantly. And if you actually are a programmer and you want to see the code, here on the left, if you press on code, so here we have compositions, here we have code, you can actually open up and see every single line of code that is used for this video over here. So for example, if we change something like the width, we can see when it refreshes, it does update the preview window over here, but I'm going to revert it to how it was because I have a much more intuitive and better technique that I'll show you later in the video. I do want to ask you to subscribe to the channel. Last time we were on this page, it was 96%, but we managed to get it down to 95.8% not subscribed. So if you are watching this, there's a high likelihood that you're not subscribed, and it is just a free way to show your support for the channel. So if you could just go down below and click subscribe, I would really appreciate that. And if you did subscribe, thank you very much. Okay, so I just recorded a little section that I'm going to drag and drop while I explain what this is going to be. So this right here is basically the intro for the video, which you already seen. And so I'm going to copy or take a screenshot of the intro, open up Claude Code again, paste the screenshot, and I'm going to say I added a video as an asset inside of Hyperframes Studio. I also sent you an image of the script of this video, and your job is to help me write the prompt in order to create nice visuals that showcase what I'm speaking of in the video. Okay, then I'm gonna open up Hyperframes, this thing over here, and I'm gonna copy the link. And what this is, I'll get into it later, but basically this is just a prompt guide on how to actually create the best prompts for Hyperframes. So I'm gonna paste that in. Follow this prompting guide directly from Hyperframes in order to create the prompt. Okay, I'm gonna just send that off. Okay, so first I'm gonna close this, and yeah, we have the one-shot prompt. So obviously / Hyperframes. Okay, so this isn't really a product demo video. Okay, I don't think I gave it enough context. So I'm gonna say, keep in mind that this is a talking head video. So for most of these sections, I should be on screen and there should be lower thirds or motion graphics that are complementary to me talking on screen. For scene 5, I would like to basically take the full screen camera and turn it into a masked camera, meaning it goes from being full screen to maybe being a cropped circle on the top right. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just kind of typing in plain English right now because, as I said, I want to try one-shot this and I want to see how far we can get with a more complicated prompt. This isn't how I would recommend you do these kind of things, by the way. I would recommend you take granular steps, take very small steps, and kind of work your way up. Like later in the video when I'll show you all these different use cases and these specific things that it's actually good at. This is how you're going to basically get way better results for what I'm going to actually try to show you rather than just trying to one-shot it. But again, I'm trying to just kind of push it right now. Okay, so we have our prompt. I'm going to copy it and I guess I'm just going to send it back into Claude Code itself. And okay, so it's going to go ahead and start building the composition. I hope it doesn't mess this up, but if it does, I can just delete this track because sometimes you should specify that you want to generate a new composition, by the way. And I kind of didn't do that here, but I guess we'll see how it turns out. Okay, and as you can see, it took a little bit, but we have 5 different scenes. And so rather than looking at this, I'm just going to show you exactly what I've done. So here's our composition. Obviously I can see one thing that I'm going to want to change, but we can see we have scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, 4, and 5. And we also have audio. So let me play it. And it can do a lot. Create entire videos just from a website link, make motion graphics and animations simply by typing in plain English, create custom charts, graphs and assets for your videos, add customizable captions, and basically do anything that your video editor can do. Okay, nice. This is actually really clean. And keep in mind, I didn't even specify for any of these animations. You see what I've done. I basically just talked as if I was talking to my video editor to explain kind of what I want, and it came up with all these itself. The main issue I'm seeing right now is that it's kind of in vertical formatting. I would prefer if these were transparent on the left and right rather than this white background. But you know what? Rather than telling that to you, I'm just basically going to screenshot this, open up Claude, paste this image and just say, basically, this is all good. This looks very nice. The only change I would like is to not have these white rectangles on the side because it makes the video feel vertical rather than horizontal. Instead, remove these white rectangles on either side of my talking head video and instead just have the motion graphics or any of the text be transparent. Okay, and I'm gonna send that off and I'm gonna go back here for just a second because I wanna show you that if you do wanna change anything in specific, you can also hold shift and then click and drag to select a portion of the timeline, and then you can literally message or copy the agent so that it understands exactly what you want changed. Now, because I basically want to change the entire composition, this won't work for me. However, if there is something small you want to tweak, this is a nice touch to know. Now, while this is going to generate basically the effects that I want to change, I want to explain to you how this differs from Remotion, because if you've been paying attention, there has been a big thing called Remotion, and this is a similar concept. It is basically an AI agent which creates React code, which then turns it into AI motion graphics and edits videos with that code. Now, the difference obviously with Hyperframes is that it uses different type of code because it uses HTML. So there is some people that are saying, is it just a Remotion wrapper? And it's not a Remotion wrapper because Heygen, the company behind Hyperframes, built this from scratch, even though they were inspired by Remotion. And there's 2 reasons why they rebuilt this from scratch. Number 1, in their evals, LLMs writing with Remotion compositions produced less creative visual outputs. And number 2, and this is probably my favorite point, is that they want the same code to be in the render layer and in the data layer because they need to build a UI for a human on top of the agentic experience. Now, what does this mean? Basically, if you want to build some sort of a workspace video editor on top of React as opposed to HTML, it's much harder for the human in the loop. So for example, in any timeline video editor, you can click on the timeline, you can move stuff around. That's nice. And it's very native to you, the human, to be able to edit stuff around. And so we can see here in my app that I've built, for example, which I'll get into in a second, but when I click on an asset, I can literally drag and drop this asset around. So this text, for example, I can drag and drop it around, and all of this is in this nice sort of visual workspace editor. Now, when I switch over to Remotion, don't have the same granular control, at least from my experience. And so as someone who's actually trying to build with these two apps, I found it much easier to use Hyperframes for creating these visual workflows and workspaces. Now, if you do want to test this app, by the way, basically it allows you to render Remotion in Hyperframes or in both compositions. And basically in this app, you just have more granular control with everything. So for example, I can change the text here. I can also change the color of the box. I can rotate the assets. I can add keyframes. I can just have a lot more control over this so that I can actually customize whatever it is that I want. But anyway, those are the main two reasons why the team at heygen decided to build Hyperframes from scratch. And look, here's some more technical details. If you are interested in that, you can just pause and read this. But I don't want to show you all that boring stuff. I want to get back into actually testing it out. So as you remember, I did want to remove kind of the white borders on the side and have it transparent. And so as you can see, it is transparent. So let's see what this looks like now. It can do a lot. Create entire videos just from a website link, make motion graphics and animations simply by typing in plain English, create custom charts, graphs and assets for your videos, add customizable captions. Nice, this is actually looking really nice. Oh, and it even fixed this ending. Okay, so now we have this template which you can basically use for any generation for creating any AI motion graphics basically. And I will leave a link down below for you to just copy and paste this. Basically, if you want, just paste this into Claude and it is going to create a much nicer, much more coherent scene for any video that you create. But now we're going to go to apple.com. Now, where are we in apple.com? Well, because I'm going to copy the link to this webpage, go back to Claude Code and type in /website to Hyperframes, and then I'm just going to paste the link to apple.com because, as you might know, Tim Cook resigned as the CEO. He retired, I guess. So this is just a monumental moment, which is why I'm using apple.com. I do think that Apple is falling off heavily in the AI race because they had Siri and they could have been way ahead, but it is what it is. They do have great hardware, which is where I believe they should put most of their resources into. But regardless, I am not a tech CEO, so I want to see what Claude Code is asking me here. So this is good. It's asking me to confirm some stuff. So like the duration, the aspect ratio, and the focus. So I want a pretty short ad. I'm going to do this in YouTube, and I'm just going to focus on the Mac. And then I'm going to send it off. And while this is generating, by the way, I'm going to show you a little trick. If you click on this plus over here, it creates a new chat. But if we're in the same folder in a different chat, it basically creates a Git work tree, meaning we can generate multiple different animations or different edits from the same Claude Code. So we don't need to just wait 20 minutes for this one to finish. We can start on the next one. Anyway, we have the MacBook composition ready. So let me check this out. Yeah, so this is very basic. This is not that good. So let me do one thing. And I'm just going to say change the focus to the whole Apple brand lineup reel. I want more visuals used because I just don't like the fact that it's so static and basically just text changing. It is very clean. I like the shadow, etc. But I'm going to just send it off. And while that's rendering now, I'm going to show you how to create basically multiple animations. So obviously click on this plus and let me go into assets over here. Okay, this is pretty cool. So you can see how many screenshots this actually took just for creating this very simple animation over here. So yeah, we have literally hundreds of different screenshots. So I'm guessing it was my prompt that was wrong. So we'll see how that turns out. But anyway, I just imported this soundtrack into the assets and I'm going to copy it and paste it into here and say, this is the audio track that I imported into the asset of Hyperframes. And then I'm going to send off this prompt. And to explain what this is, it basically turns any MP3 file into this kind of interactive soundboard or whatever this is called, like visualize sound. So you've probably seen this in many different YouTube channels and you were wondering how to do this. Well, now you can use Claude Code to do that. You can read it on screen, or if you want, once again, as always, I'm going to have a link to basically everything I'm using in this video below, and I'm going to send that off. Okay, another thing I'm going to send off is going to be this: create a new composition with text, subscribe to this channel, and circle subscribe. I'm basically just creating a bunch of different compositions right now. By the way, if you do have a composition with text, you can also add a marker highlight sweep on the word. So if you watched any of, I don't know, Johnny Harris's videos, for example, where he has this documentary style, he's showing a newspaper or an article or whatever, and then there's something that gets highlighted, you can do the same thing once again with Hyperframes. You can also use it for text-to-speech, kind of like with 11 Labs. You know, you just create a new composition and it basically generates a narration. You just give it a script and you can add audio to your videos, as I've kind of already showed you. Now, lower thirds are pretty cool because I remember I used to literally pay for Envato to do this, but now we can just open up this, paste it in and send it off. And this is actually cool because we can see with this blue circle that this is complete. So let me say open this in localhost. But basically we have 4 different animations that are running right now. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, again, obviously this is a little bit too big. And what I'm actually going to do now is show you a good example for why I would use my app for something like this. And keep in mind, this is still very rudimentary right now. I do want to basically make the best app for AI video editing out there because I think I have an extensive amount of knowledge on editing and I've been testing a lot of different AI tools for the last 2 years. So I'm kind of in like the right space between, you know, being a video editor and being someone who's testing all these AI tools. So I'm going to give it a shot and try create something with the knowledge I have. But anyway, I'm going to send off the exact same prompt into my app. And so let me show you the difference between Remotion and Hyperframes. I'm going to play them both at the same time. So we can see here, all I wanted is to create a composition with this text and then just circle the text subscribe. So, I mean, to be honest, personally, I do like the kind of look of Hyperframes more. I think it's more visually appealing, I guess, but the one on the left is kind of simpler. I don't know, this is kind of subjective, I guess. But one thing I would do is if I go into the editor and I want to change anything, I mean, I'm pretty proud of my app. I know it's just vibe coded, but like this is pretty sick. You can see I'm kind of messing around with the glow and stuff. This is the kind of stuff that I needed with Remotion. That's why I'm kind of excited. Because let's say I wanted to change something like the stroke composition, I can do that. I can change the circle duration, the reveal, the intensity or the glow in the background, whatever it is that I want to do, I can just customize it in here, which is why this app is pretty sick. And so if you do want to check it out, I will leave a link to this down below if you want to support what I'm building over here. Okay, so all of our compositions are now ready to go. I really recommend that you use either multiple terminals or you just use the Claude desktop app and actually press this plus, because this was way nicer to work with rather than just waiting for one thing to finish. So here we have the Apple Mac teaser. If you remember, this wasn't that nice at the start, but I give it a different prompt and let's see what it looks like.
Only Apple can make Apple. iPhone, Mac, iPad, Watch, Vision, AirPods, designed to work together. Discover more at apple.com.
I mean, this looks pretty sick. I know that it seems very simple, but like this is basically what Apple is, you know, different products, nice clean text, nice fonts, and also it did generate this narration and the voice by itself. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And this is basically the subscribe lower third animation. I mean, that's actually really clean. It's such nice high quality. Click. Nice. And as I just said, you can be paying so much money for all of these different tools and all these different assets like Envato, Mr. Horse or Premiere Composer. Those are just 2 that I used simultaneously because they have different features. So even if you are spending money on these tokens, keep in mind that this is something that you can use in basically all your future videos. And just to show you how to render this, by the way, if you click up here to the right, you can select whether you want MP4, MOV or WebM. I'm just going to keep it at MP4 and I'm going to click on high quality and export. Just like that, it's going to quickly export it. And then when it's finished, you can just hover over it, click on the download button and just download it to your PC. So then, if you remember correctly, we had this visual of an audio. This is sick. Yeah, this is really cool. I mean, obviously it's following along the drums, the beat, the music, whatever. First of all, it visually works. It is exactly how it's supposed to look. And all this is 270 lines of HTML code. This is pretty cool. So any song that you give it, if you have your own song, if you have some song in the background or whatever, you can literally just use Claude Code to actually create this entire video for you, tweak the colors, tweak everything. You can use my app to tweak the colors, but that is essentially why I think granular control is important, because if I just wanted to change this text, I don't want to be sending another prompt to do so, you know. I know you can technically go into code and like find it, but like, who wants to look through this code in order to find what text to change or what color to change? It's not a nice UI. But regardless, this is a very cool use case. But lastly, I will leave you with this little tip, is that if you want to render faster or you want to render with high quality, there's different prompts that you can actually use for different quality results so that you can actually have faster render times. Now, even though Hyperframes is extremely good, there is also a time and place to use Remotion, because Remotion is actually what inspired heygen to create Hyperframes. And so if you want to master Remotion, you want to see some more use cases for what these AI editing apps can do, just click the video somewhere on screen that you see right now.